Okay, we are recording. Hey peeps, what's up? It's Josh. I kind of wanted to make a quick little video tonight just to talk a little bit about interactions. And I'm not talking about every interaction that you'll ever have, because there's going to be a lot of them, right? Or any interaction that you've ever had. I'm talking about the ones where you walk away and you feel great. You feel refreshed. And you can have these with a person and then not have them at other times. So I want you to focus not on the person, but on the energy. When you walk away from a phone call, a hangout, a Skype session, a letter, an email, a text from someone, and you feel greater than. Not greater than that person, not greater than that situation, but you feel better than you did when you came to that situation. That's something that's very powerful. And when you have those experiences, I want you to stop and think about exactly what happened in that interaction. Because that person was sharing, in my opinion, they were sharing your wavelength. You were on the same plateau for a moment in time, or several moments, or an hour, or several hours, or whatever. And once you identify where that place is with that person, you can always find it again. Because you know what it tastes like now. Maybe not taste. Okay, I just got done eating dinner with Mom, Dad, and Katie. So maybe taste isn't the right word. Maybe taste is the right word. It has its own feel. And when you know what that feel is, you can replicate it and duplicate it. And that's the exact energy that you can use to aid you in manifesting. Because what you're going to want to do is surround yourself with experiences like this. And if you know how to identify it, then you know how to walk away from the opposite. If you know how to identify a great energy between you and another person, you can then say, I know what a good energy or a great energy feels like, and anything that doesn't feel like that, I'm going to block. Because there are experiences and interactions with people that give you energy, and then there are ones that suck energy from you. Checking the time? Okay. You don't want to give the ones that suck too much power. You want to minimize those because they don't serve you, they don't serve the person you're interacting with, and they don't serve the universe. They don't work for anyone. And that means that you shouldn't be feeding them and experiencing them and giving them moments of your life. Because you know what? Life is too short to have anything less than awesome in your life. Okay, that was a weird way to phrase it, but the point is true. We are lucky if we get 100 years on this planet. And are you going to waste any of them on negative people, experiences, things? Are you going to waste any of them? Sure, we all have to work, but you don't have to do a job that sucks life from you. You can always find a better way. I'm not saying quit your job before your bills are paid. I'm saying manifest what you want in your life. And that happens one moment at a time. And there's nothing that you can't have in your life. I mean, name something. Because I could probably figure out a way for you to have it in your life if you really wanted it. And if you find yourself saying, well, I want X, Y, and Z, and there's no way to have that in my life, maybe you're in a negative place. Maybe you're in a negative place, and maybe you should check your emotional temperature. And I sound like such a crazy person when I say that, but it's so true. Checking, making sure the phone hasn't died. Awesome, it hasn't. We're good. There's nothing you can't have in your life if you want it and if you work hard enough to manifest it. And to be honest, it doesn't take that much work. You have to change your thoughts because they become the things in your life. And I know, notes from the universe, I know. I gotta switch hands. My arm was hurting though. I get it. It's harder than it sounds. I get that. But it's not impossible. And for years when I made videos as Angie anything, and, you know, it's still my name, but it's not also at the same time. And when I was that person, I was always thinking anything is possible. And not always. I wasn't thinking that all the time because that makes me sound like hoity-toity. And no, it's not easy all the time. But failure becomes a habit. So does success. Just as easily as you can get used to failing, you can get used to failing by as simple as saying, I'm going to get up at 9, and then you don't get up until 10. You get used to the snooze button. You get used to failing. And it's one moment at a time. Or, there is an or though. You could get used to succeeding. And you could get used to manifesting what you want. And you could get real used to being kick-ass. I'm just saying. Do you want to get used to fucking up and failing? Or do you want to get used to being real good and being the dopest? I know which one I want. And it's not 100% of my time that I spend in that mindset. We all have negativity in our lives and in our minds and in our, blah, 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 in our surroundings. That's fine. It's going to be there. Use your visualization, stay focused on the positive, and keep bringing it back. Practice succeeding. Practice positivity. Practice visualization. Practice love. Practice kindness. You always have a choice in how you're going to react to a person, a place, or a thing, or even yourself, your own thoughts. You always have choices. Use them. You're not a victim of whatever is around you or even in you. That went to a weird place. Scratch that last statement from the record, please. But, the things that you're thinking and the thoughts that you have and the experiences that you have in your past, you're not a victim to even that because you can change it. You can't change your past, but you can change how you think about it. You can't change necessarily anyone else, but you can change how you react to them, which changes them in a way. And if you don't believe me, think back to a time where you were being an asshole and someone reacted to you with love. And it got a lot harder to be an asshole. That's because that person positively influenced you. Influenced you in a positive way. Eichen has words. You were changed just a little bit by that person. But, yeah, you could choose to block that. You could also choose to block negativity. Why would you block the love and the positive? Accept it. Let it change you. Let the surroundings and the people around you, let them change you for the better. Let yourself be somehow eroded into the best version of yourself. Because when something's naturally being eroded, all of the unnecessary kind of drifts away. You take a rock, a hard rock that could break things and smash things, and you run cleansing, fresh, pure water over it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, but that rock is going to be worn down into something smoother and more beautiful and more refined and less bulk. That rock's going to end up with a lot less mass and a lot less of the unnecessary in most cases. That's just how I think of it. I'm the rock, and I'm being eroded, and I'm okay with that. Take away the negative, because I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be, and that's going to make me happy. Gotta check the time. 18 seconds, that was perfect. So wherever you are, I hope that you're happy and safe and loved, and I hope that you give yourself the best that you can possibly give yourself. Much love. Peep out.